welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be contouring and highlighting made easy for beginners. Like, I get comments all the time from you guys asking if I could please do an easy contour and highlight routine. So this video is definitely going to be the easiest. Like, I'm going to go really easy and very beginner friendly. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so I decided to apply my foundation just to get it out of the way. Like, we need to concentrate on the topic of today. And if you're wondering, I used the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. So when it comes to contouring and highlighting, you guys, like, the easiest way I would say it is when you want to highlight, you want to bring forward the features on your face you want to pop, like you want to be really obvious, while to contour means to kind of chisel and define. If you see the contouring and highlighting chart, you would see that, you know, some parts of the face is darker and then some parts of the face are also lighter. So whenever you want to contour, you want to go ahead and, you know, apply your contour products right on the hollows of your cheeks and also your jaw. It all depends. If you have kind of a wider jaw, you can go ahead and apply your contour right underneath your jaw and also your hairline. This just helps to kind of create shadow on your face, and by doing that, it just helps to slim down and chisel and define the face. And when I'm talking about contouring and highlighting, you guys, the main thing that are very important is the products you're using. And like I always say, the products and also the tools you're using are very important when it comes to any makeup application at all. And when it comes to the products, you guys, I absolutely love my LA Girl Pro Conceal. And this right here is my favorite when it comes to concealers for my under eye or concealers for highlighting my face. And then my all-time favorite also when it comes to contour, like I've used this product for probably over 5 years, and it's the Black Opal Stick Foundation, and I absolutely love this shade. They are suede mocha. I would say when you want to highlight, you guys, you just have to look for a shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter, or else you like a very obvious highlight. That is where you go in with a shade that is so light. But for me, I prefer to use a shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. And for the LA Girl Pro Conceal, I absolutely love their cool tan or their fawn. And also, apart from my Black Opal Stick Foundation, sometimes I like to use this Avon Magic's Wine. And this right here, I believe I started using it like 2 months or last month. They just newly launched this foundation, and it's just a perfect color for contour. And when I'm choosing my contour color, you guys, I always like to go on the warmer side. I don't like using a dark, like a concealer that is too dark for my skin tone, because it will end up looking so muddy. Like, it's not gonna chisel and contour your face. You definitely want to go ahead and apply it right on your under eye, your chin, the bridge of your nose, your forehead. And sometimes I like to highlight like the sides of my mouth, because it can tend to get dark on that area. I like to start from right here and then draw it down like this. And because of the fact, you guys, I have kind of a wider face, I don't like extending my concealer all the way out here, because when I do, it just makes my eye and also my face look wider. So I just like to place my concealer right under my eye. Something like this is just perfect. And when I'm placing my highlight, I don't like taking it all the way to my under eye. I like to kind of give a little space, so by the time I go in to blend it, it will be just easier, and you know, it's not going to end up entering into my eye, because I've noticed most of the time when I apply it so close to my under lash line, it just gets into my eye whenever I'm blending. So as you all can see, I always leave kind of, I would say, an inch or 2 away from my like direct under eye. And of course, I'm going to place it right on my forehead. And when I'm also applying concealer for my forehead, you guys, I like to place it right here. You don't want to extend it. You don't want to extend it all the way to your hairline, because it's going to give your hairline kind of a bigger feature. So the best thing is to apply it right above the line of your brows. That's like the safest place to place your highlight. Then I like to apply it right at the bridge of my nose. I just want to make this really easy, so I'm just going to go ahead also and place my contour, and I'm using the black opal stick foundation, and I just like to apply it right at the hollows of my cheeks. And if you don't know where exactly to apply your contour color, you guys, the best thing is to follow the exact line, like you look at your ear line, right, and go down. Makes it so much easier to know exactly where to place your contour color. And also you can apply it, if you want to chisel your jawline, you can also place your contour right there. And as you all can see, the contour is not so dark, it's just the perfect shade of contour for my skin tone. And I'm still going to go, and also by the sides of my nose. If you want your nose to be as slim as possible, you want to place your contour as close to the highlight as possible. And for the hairline, I just started using these brushes, you guys, from Beauty Crush Cosmetics for blending in my contour and my highlights. And you guys, these brushes are amazing. Let me just open it up so you can see. This brand actually have different kinds of brushes when it comes to your face, your lip, your highlight, your contour, everything. But this right here is specifically their contour set, and it comes in 4 sets, you guys. As you all can see, you have like 2 different contour brushes right here. So we have the large blender angled contour right here, and then we also have the flat contour, and these 2 brushes are amazing for blending out your contour product. And also we have this one right here, is perfect for bronzing, for applying your blush. Like, it comes with 2 it's kind of a duo brush, so it has kind of an angled contour right here, and also it has this very nice fluffy bristles right here. This is the bullet under eye setter. This right here is just perfect for setting in your powder products under your eye. And also I have their blender, guys. Like, this blender have been my absolute favorite ever since I got it from them. So I'm going to be using this blender right here to blend out all the areas where I applied my highlights, and it's so soft. And also I've gone ahead to wet it, so as you all can see, it's very nice and squishy. You want to go ahead immediately you apply your concealer and set it, because if you leave it, it's going to dry up on your skin, and you don't want that. I notice whenever I use a damp sponge, it just blends out everything. It doesn't leave any dryness or any patches on my face. I just like to kind of bounce the blender right on my under eye. I just like to keep bouncing it, going back and forth, because remember, like I told you guys, I don't like blending my concealer all the way out because it gives me a wider face. So all I do is just to place it right on my under eye, and then just continue bouncing it with my sponge, and by the time you're all done, you will see everything will be nice and blended. And also I prefer to first blend in my highlights before my contour, because I've always noticed that whenever I make a mistake with my highlights, I can just quickly go in with my contour and correct the mistake. Also find it really easier to blend my concealer on my forehead when I don't have any brows on, unlike when I have my brows, because I just end up being careful. Oh my gosh, look how natural this is looking. It's not like too much, which is why I love this LA Girl Cotton concealer. It just gives me a very nice highlight without it looking so much. I think I'm going to go in with the flat one first, and then go in with the angled one. And for blending out your contour, all you just need is to use your brush and just keep bouncing it on that area. You don't need to move it around. Just go back and forth, and while you're doing that, you will notice it will just seamlessly blend out. And then I'm just going to go in with the angled brush to properly blend it in. You want your contour to be as seamless as possible. You don't want anybody to see a demarcation between your highlight and your contour. So when I'm blending in the contour on my forehead, I just like to kind of push it into my hairline. I don't like to bring it forward, because if you bring it forward, you're definitely just cleaning out your highlights. So you want to blend it right into your hairline. Because of the fact you still have some type of concealer left on your sponge, it will just help to properly blend in the contour and the highlights. Everything is all nice and blended. The next thing is to go ahead and set the concealer, and I'm going to be using my Sacha buttercup setting powder. This right here is actually my favorite setting powder when it comes to my highlight concealer. I just like to directly go in and just set my concealer. Some people just like to apply the powder and then wait for maybe 3-5 minutes and then dust it up. I always notice that my concealer ends up creasing whenever I bake, so I just like to directly place the powder and just set my concealer. Just basically place the powder on the areas where you applied the lighter concealer. And then for my nose, I'm going to go with the tip of the sponge and so if I want my cheek to look really chiseled, what I normally do is to go in with this sponge. I bought this in a pack of I think 15 from Target for probably $3.99 or something. So I like to go in with this shorter side of the sponge, pick up my powder, and I'm going to leave this right here for a little bit while I go ahead and set my contour. And for that, I'm going to be using my Elegant Pro Contour Powder in the shade Tan, and this is just a perfect shade for contouring my face. And to set it, I'm going to be using this Beauty Crush Duo Essential Contour Brush. You see right on the same area where you contoured. As you all can see, I just placed it right there and also here. Jeez, this product is so pigmented, guys. And also by my jaw, my hairline too. I'm just going to switch it to this side of the brush and use it to properly blend out the contour powder. Like this brush right here is my favorite in this set because you can definitely use the two sides for, you know, your contour and also for blending. So the very last thing to do is to go ahead and set my whole entire face, and I'm going to be using my Kiss New York Pro Touch matte powder, and this right here is just my favorite drugstore powder apart from my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable. This right here, I just recently started using it and it's also amazing. And I'm going to be using this powder brush from the Beauty Crush face powder set. This right here is just an amazing powder brush for setting your face. This is the one I've been using. It's so huge. Like, I love my powder brushes to be this huge. So just one tap, one swipe, you're all done. Contouring and highlighting is so much fun. Like, once you continue practicing, you will definitely get a hang of it and you will start enjoying it. Like, I believe contouring and highlighting is actually the favorite part of my makeup application because it's so amazing to see how your face turns into kind of one shape and one color when you apply your foundation, and then when you go ahead and place in your contour and your highlights, it kind of gives you a very nice lifted and sculpted face. Like, you definitely need to get in the bandwagon of contouring and highlighting if you haven't been doing it for your makeup because it's just amazing. It takes your makeup from level 3 to level 10. Yeah guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to hit that like button below if you did enjoy, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'm going to link everything I used in today's video in my description box alongside any coupon code, so definitely try and check that out. And till my next video, I will see you all very soon. Bye.